What is up, everybody? My name is Grayson Driver Wood. I'm here back again with another episode of the Esports Experience. This time, the Scuffed Experience, because as you can see, we are not in our usual location. I'm joined by my producer because every other guest fell through, and we're only going to be doing this for about 30 minutes because I have a meeting I need to go to. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending your Friday at 1 p.m. with us while we're navigating. We're already 8 minutes late, so
Oh, yeah, of course.
don't expect much. I'm joined today by the wonderful Mr. Producer Aidan Comi. And what's your gamer tag? Your gamer tag is just Aidan Comi,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
He's too cool. He doesn't need a gamer tag. So basically, we got about like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna be shooting the shit. You know, the show must go on, right? We have to do content for you lovely people out there. Obviously, a bit of a fall from grace from last week's episode. I don't think we're gonna top that in the near future.
That IRL stream was super fun. It was
Dude.
one of the coolest things we've done. Like,
I-
it was just...
I wish we could have done another like hour or two after
yeah.
that. Just it wasn't even just the fact that it was IRL; it was the fact that it was the vibes of GameMason, right? It wouldn't be the same if we're just going around the JC talking to people, but
Yeah.
because if I wear a GMU Esports jersey and it's GameMason, people are like, oh shit, who's this guy, right? It was, and we got to talk to so many different people, see
Yeah.
so many different
We
perspectives.
interviewed Wes Johnson just randomly in the middle of the CFA.
Bro was showing off his staff, bro.
That was just like, he was just like, hey, we were like, can you talk for a second? He's like, sure, what do you guys want to talk about?
Now, granted, yeah,
the
it
most
wasn't
random thing ever.
It caught me completely. I remember we were like, I was just like whispering to you. I was like, dude, I do not want to interview him. Like, there are so many people I didn't want to interview, and you're just like, go do it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It turned out to be, some of the better parts of it, right? But yeah, GameMason was a wonderful event. It was 3 days of tournament, 2 days of convention. Congratulations to all of our winners. I guess we should go over that. I'm pretty sure GMU Patriots, GMU Smash won. GMU, we took the title for Valorant as well over Nova. As far as I know, the crowd got very rowdy, so that was
Valorant
excellent.
game was insane.
Yeah.
It was definitely, the crowd experience was crazy. You had like people,
There was a lot of trash
you had
talk.
people booing like walkouts and stuff,
Yeah.
which is like we just kind of got really into it, but it was
Emotions ran high for
Yeah.
sure. Omega Strikers, what was it? SLU, what was that? St. Louis University, I think.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, St. Louis University won Omega Strikers. We had RIT winning Overwatch, my perma nemesis. That's okay. They didn't drop a map the entire tournament. Kudos to them.
Oh, yeah.
What else did we have?
had,
Smash, Valorant, Omega Strikers, Overwatch, Rocket League, Tech. Tech took Rocket
yeah.
League, Virginia Tech. Congratulations to them. I'm just glad Nova didn't take a trophy. Like, sure, Nova are cool, they're the fraud green and gold, but like, we had to defend the home soil, especially in Valorant against them. That was a great game. I mean, as much as I hate Valorant, you can't. I put on my Twitter like respect where respect is due. Like you gotta respect the fucking vibes, the atmosphere, like the
yeah.
competition, right?
I mean,
Even if it's an inferior
yeah,
game.
the Valorant people were getting really into it. I mean, I even had like my dad texting me, being like, "Hey, it goes to first to 13, right?" It's like he's never watched his live stream in his life.
But even
on
he
Twitch.
was interested.
And he was like, "Oh, Valorant, I understand." It was just awesome. The live experience.
And what's crazy? It's only going up from here. Next year's gonna be bigger and better, more insane, more people, more teams, whatever. That's enough dick riding GameMason. Let's anything you want to get off your chest, Aiden? I know this isn't really about like a special guest or anything, but anything what's going on in your life? How you doing?
Good. I think I want to improve the IRL rig. I think it was just really cool to walk around and be able to live stream like that.
Yeah.
More battery life, being able to be more reliable, and then I think we're ready to go for like walking around the entire campus.
Dude,
if we
I
really
would
do.
totally do that. It doesn't even have to be anything like crazy. Just walking around, and maybe imagine a basketball game.
Oh,
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
We could do like basically like a Valorant. We could stream games. You could do like CS 1v1s in the Eagle Bank Arena.
Oh yeah, and
live
then stream that.
streamed.
I would totally. We were supposed to do
my
1v1s this weekend, but it fell through because
Yeah.
I'm bad at planning.
Yeah. So there was the some of the stuff at GameMason. Did you get to go back and do the arcade stuff or?
Oh yeah, I'm leaning crazy out of frame. I see your wait. Which one is live? The right is.
The right is live.
Okay. You're just messing with it over there. All right. What
Were
were you
you
saying?
do the arcade machines, or were you?
Yeah.
I know you did. You did DDR on stream, but did you go back and play like Tekken or any of those?
No, I don't think I did. I went back because after Friday, I had CS all of Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just doing CS, and then after CS was done, I caught the end of map 1 into, no, I caught the end of map 2 for Valorant, and then I left after that because I had to get home. Bigger and better things to do, right? Than watch fucking Valorant. But what we don't have bigger and better things to do right now is talk about stuff. So we're going to be stealing content from Twitter. Are we ready for that?
Yep.
All right, we're going to be stealing content from Twitter like we do every week. Just talk about it, see, vibe check the Twitter sphere. This guy's using light mode for some reason. I don't really get it.
It's the GMU account. It uses light mode. I don't know why. Okay.
I'm disgusted. And here we are on the Twitter.
So this is fake Helldivers that are being...
I saw that. I did not believe that when you put it up.
So, they changed...
Yeah, they just
you can
changed
see
the name.
change log. They changed, the name and...
The description.
The publisher, the developer, all this stuff to fake Helldivers.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a quick
The tags are still...
Puzzle education point and click. Yeah.
The 2D Helldivers.
Have you played Helldivers?
I haven't gotten a chance to.
I haven't either. My friends are all gushing over it, so I might try it out. But if it's $40, I would buy it, if it were not a fake game and $12.
Oh, yeah.
But it's $40 normally, I believe.
Yeah, it's $40. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's good seeing more AAA games that are actually not just live service where you have to be oh, it's... Here you go. Here's another you want to play a battle pass? Or whatever, and it's actually content built into the game.
And it seems to be continuing a trend of smaller titles taking the internet by storm. Power World obviously comes to mind with that.
Oh yeah.
One-time purchase of 25 and 20 million copies sold. And it seems like almost every month now there's a new game on the block that's not indie, but it's not an established. It's not a FIFA dropping. It's not an NBA. It's not a COD dropping. Sure, those will get media and whatever, but they're not they're not internet phenoms because they're expected every year. They're expected to get traction. But I can name 3: Power World, Helldivers, Lethal Company.
Oh yeah.
Just right off the bat, nobody heard of them. They got massive. Yeah. Every one of my friends list is playing them. Right? It's just are we in the era of the next big game of the month?
I mean, yeah, especially with now you have bigger developers scaling down. I know PlayStation, actually, we can pull that up. PlayStation just laid off a bunch of their employees. So seeing smaller companies be able to build games that are actually making money. I mean, Power World, they said before, they never touched Unity before making it.
That's still
and now it's
story.
an insanely popular. Even now they're saying oh, we're still building content even if it's ramping down.
They're still putting time and money into the game,
which is where it should be. You're still able to reiterate, even though your player base isn't as big as it was at peak.
Hey, power to them. I mean, it's the magic of not having to respond to shareholders and meeting profit quotas. It's all about the passion in it, right? Speaking of passion, we already touched on this, but PlayStation has a passion for laying off employees. I actually saw a tweet connected to this. We don't have it in the deck right now, but some guy said this is literally the worst year for video games, ever. If it's not surprising, it really shouldn't be, because we've been covering this for 6-7 weeks straight. Layoffs, bigger and bigger companies each time, PlayStation. I think you've never even heard of this, but I just got the word of it yesterday. So you know how we're Counter-Strike, we play in Faceit Collegiate? Apparently, ESL Faceit Group laid off their entire Faceit Collegiate staff.
I think I saw that. I think you put it in the doc, but yeah. It's it's crazy to see...
just so many layoffs happening.
Oh, yeah.
And the gaming and esports industry.
Too,
there it is. So, okay, I didn't realize that was... I just saw that. I'm a headline reader. I don't actually read articles, but...
So, yeah, it's even, you're fine. It's kind of esports and gaming as a whole kind of ballooned over COVID. And I think it's kind of scaling down, but it's also, it's scaling down in a terrible way in terms of, I think this is also, some of their studios, too, just, were gutted.
Yeah.
Insomnia, Naughty Dog, Gorilla, and Fire Sprite. They're, just gutting, it's just...
We've made the extremely hard decision to kill people's careers, kill their livelihoods, and give them no recourse. By the way, what is, severance pay? What is,
Yeah, well, there was one of the tweets that went viral was, I think it was Jim Ryan who visited. He visited the UK office 5 days I
saw that. Yeah.
He's they're throwing him a party and stuff welcome to the UK
they don't
office.
Know. They don't
and
know.
He I'm assuming he knew already because this isn't like a rash decision that he was gonna fire basically 90% of the staff there. But they're like,
Imagine.
we'll throw a party. Why not? Like it's at that point, it just feels like so awkward to be like,
Yeah, imagine standing there. No, oop, just lowered my chair. Imagine standing there knowing that you're going to kill people's careers
I
and
know, like it's
livelihoods, and you're
crazy.
just, you're still eating the cake.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
it's
going to
like
say.
yeah. So it's like
This damn chair is so fucking difficult, man. All right, we're good.
I mean, especially like
I ain't reading all of that. I'll be
no.
honest.
Oh yeah, this is just like their statement being like,
Oh
we had to
yes.
fire people. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, the London studio will close its entirety. So yeah, it's not even
Wow.
firing all the staff. He was there. They were throwing him a party, and then he was going to shut down the entire the entire thing.
That is madness.
Yeah.
I want to. I know we'll get out of it. I know that this is a downturn in the overall growth and
Yeah.
popularization of the esports and gaming industry, but like, makes you really wonder how long until it gets better.
Oh
Because it
yeah.
doesn't
I
seem
mean,
like that's any no signs of stopping really.
oh yeah. I think it's now like, especially you're seeing these smaller companies pop up and be like, "Hey, we're a small company, but we're able to put like time and effort into building an actual good game, and actually have it like be playable and not be crap." I mean, think about the AAA. The first one I think of is um,
Among Us.
no, is what can I think of it with Keanu Reeves,
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Well,
Yeah.
that was fucking what CD
What?
Projekt Red. They were known for
Yeah,
having bangers, but they put in.
but no, but they put in, even with that, it barely ran when it first
Yeah, that
launched.
is true.
Like
They were
even
they
a
were.
huge company with all that time and effort, like a $70 game, $80 game, and still like basically you had to wait for the DLC to actually be able to play.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a fair point. I mean, I know it's in a playable state now, but it
Yeah, it's
it's
just
kind of insane. They had and I think the reason was they wanted to spend longer, but the shareholders were like really targeting
oh
that
yeah, it's
release.
like push it out. We need
Yep.
to Keanu on stage yelling about whatever, like talking about how like it's just yeah, pushing out games before they're not ready.
You wouldn't
Um
you wouldn't serve an undercooked steak.
right.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say.
Like and you're expecting people to be like, I'm gonna buy a game unfinished.
And hope that it gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's
And
delusional.
yeah. But here,
You want to
one
move
more
along a
thing.
little bit? Yeah, let's talk
This
about
is I think
Nintendo
very
suing
important.
Nintendo, everybody's favorite anti-piracy company. They are suing the creators of popular Switch emulator Yuzu, saying their tech illegally circumvents Nintendo's software encryption and facilitates piracy. Remember, kids, piracy is okay as long as it's from Nintendo. They seek damage for alleged violations and a shutdown of the emulator. TLDR, is this going to do anything?
I don't know. I mean, in theory, emulators are perfectly legal. It's just the illegal part is where you get the games from.
Yeah,
So, like, running an emulator like Yuzu should be fine legally, but of course, Nintendo is going to push their what they see as fair use and what they see as copyright protection. I mean, they've always done that, and now, of course, could potentially Switch 2 coming down the line. They want to protect their IP, of course. I mean, we've seen emulators for basically every console now.
yeah.
And I know that Yuzu has taken off in popularity, especially people who want to
To
play
play
Switch
Switch,
games on their
yeah.
Steam Deck and also play Switch games at a higher resolution and more than 720p at 30 FPS.
Yeah, really
Um,
give the games the treatment they deserve.
but
I mean, it's Nintendo. They're just on a fucking tear. What is
yeah,
funny is that legally Nintendo doesn't have a case, but that's not going to stop them. Thank you, Gray
yeah,
Falcon.
yeah. So I mean, again, it's basically like I doubt that the Yuzu developers. I think Yuzu is like a small development team. I think it's basically like
A handful of people.
yeah. So they don't have a huge legal team like Nintendo does. Um,
Just bury them in fucking lawsuits until they lose
yep,
money. That's a
exactly.
crazy strat.
Yeah,
They put
and
that in the playbook.
I think they only
Yeah.
have like a Patreon. They're not selling the emulator. So it's not like I know that there's been some emulator stuff in the past with like reverse engineering the SNES and the NES
Yeah.
where you have to there's been basically like you have to prove that you didn't look at Nintendo leaks because you have to say you reverse engineered it, not that you stole Nintendo's
Yeah.
property. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't even think many people were.
This will probably get more people using Yuzu.
Yeah, It's a huge advertisement for them.
Like 3.9 million views plus word of mouth plus, the people who are jaded by Nintendo's already shitty policies didn't say anything about Ryujinx or any of the other emulators that do the exact same thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
That is a good point.
Sure.
I didn't know about any of those, so.
There's a couple Switch emulators. I know that Yuzu and...
I've heard of Yuzu before.
Yeah. Are the two most popular, but... have you play Smash? Have you ever owned a Switch?
Yeah.
I mean...
I've owned a Switch.
Would you buy a Switch now?
No, fuck no. It was my $300 Smash machine.
Yeah, exactly. So I think also a lot of people buy their Switch, and they're like, it's good. It potentially sits in a closet or sits on the entertainment console, and you play Mario Party every once in a while.
Yeah,
or whatever.
The once a month you have friends over. Yeah. For me, my girlfriend is, oh my god, we need a Switch, and it's I'm not going to be playing it. Sure, if you can only play Tears of the Kingdom once or twice, and I'm not even into that kind of game. So it will just sit there. Oh my god, we have friends over. Let's play Mario Party for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't get used for another month, and it's just it looks cool, but we already have NetSpots that sits on our console, and we don't use it.
I think now also Nintendo, when the Switch launched, it's now I think it's 7 years ago now.
Yeah, just about.
It didn't have to compete with anything. It competed with phone games. But now you have the Steam Deck, you have the Asus has theirs, Lenovo has theirs.
Portable
and
gaming.
You're also competing against better and better phone games.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it now where they're porting it to iPhone, where there's AAA games now? I forget which one it is.
Fuck, I know what you're talking about. It was during that Apple announcement, right? Yeah.
But now you
can
potentially play AAA games on your iPhone, and Nintendo didn't have to compete with any of this 7 years ago. So
and they are still.
Yeah.
The latest was a OLED refresh 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck Nintendo. I prey on their downfall nightly. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Piracy is great, do it, especially against Nintendo. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You want to cover one or two more things?
Let's see what we got.
Go. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going. I got nothing to say. That's my favorite GIF of all time.
Do Activision Blizzard.
Okay, so Kara wants to go over this really quick.
Or do you want to cover Call of Duty Mobile or we'll do this first?
Okay, I want to cover Kara's thing and I want to cover the complexity thing.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, okay, so our president at GMU Esports has some very strong opinions on Overwatch for some reason. I think she might play for a team or something. I don't really know. She wants to uncover an Overwatch conspiracy. The Braid Halloween skin gives less shield and for why. Please address this in your episode. Congratulations, Kara. We have addressed it. As you can see, this Halloween skin, that is the size of the shield. If we go to the other non-Halloween skin.
So I think it's the top is regular and the bottom is Halloween.
Is that really the case? Oh, I thought they were just that different. Okay, so that is such a minor change, bro.
Okay, and the interesting question is it just an appearance change?
Or does the actual hitbox?
Changing the hitbox. Because I could see them just restyling it a bit, just to be
But it also looks like it loses some at the So I'm assuming the top is, what is it? Halloween and the bottom isn't, right? But it looks like it loses on this one. For example, on the top, it loses some hitboxes or some space on the bottom, but it also looks like it gains a little bit on the top. Maybe I'm just delusional.
I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I know that especially Fortnite skins, skins can make or break hitbox and all this stuff. I don't know how much Blizzard would really
Kara, if you really want to be the change you want to see in this world, do the hitbox testing yourself. Get back to us with your investigative journalism.
We'll do an entire episode of
just digging into this one hitbox issue.
The Overwatch hitbox experience.
The lore of Overwatch hitboxes on shields. All right.
I mean, I think, especially skin advantages, I think are a problem because it's basically kind of getting play to win. But
yeah. Oh, I could rant about that from Counter-Strike's POV for a minute, but I won't. I'll spare you that. I say that every.
You want to talk about Counter-Strike skins? Should we get into?
There will be one episode of the Esports Experience where it's going to be me, an hour and a half, and a microphone. I'm going to I'm just going to get 2 viewers, and it's going to be me ranting about Counter. I'm going to prepare a document beforehand, and I'm just going to rant about Counter-Strike. It's going to be amazing. But that's not the topic for today. We got one more thing, maybe one or two more things we want to cover. Yeah. Jason Lake, complexity. He's been in esports, literally NA esports specifically since the beginning. He founded Complexity all the way back in like 2000 or something like that, and he's still around doing everything. If you guys are familiar with Complexity, you're probably familiar with this iconic, you could say, Dallas Cowboys looking rebrand. Well, it's because they were bought out by Dallas Cowboys or whatever parent company they are a part of. And so basically TLDR is when, so there's this big company called GameSpace or something, right? And they owned Complexity. And then when FaZe Clan stopped shit the bed, they also bought up FaZe Clan. And now they have two like tier 1 Counter-Strike teams under their banner or under their organization. And so Valve and PGL were like, oh wait, that's kind of like a conflict of interest to have like two competing teams in like, say, a major or something under the same brand. It's just a conflict of interest. Now, do I understand why? A little bit. I don't really care though. So basically, a push was initiated to sell off FaZe. GameSquare basically had to make a decision to keep one or the other, FaZe or Complexity. And so Jason Lake, being the goat that he is, rounded up 10.36 million. I literally read a post on Reddit today. It was him and his best friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it says down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The investor group is currently me and my lifelong best.
So just two guys with $10 million buying up Complexity, back to their roots, and it's an investment in North American Counter-Strike. It makes him look amazing in the public eye, and yeah, it's they're no longer under the ownership of like Dallas Cowboys or whatever. It's now Jason Late's thing, right?
Yeah, I think more and more like VCs were funneling money into esports and not really seeing the output that they wanted because it's hard to like. It's just, I think now getting back to its roots of like playing games, getting back to, I mean, now doing more like content stuff and not being like, hey, we need you guys to do this random thing that we're paying a bunch of money for, and getting it actually owned by someone who cares about it and founded it.
It goes back to the whole AAA indie game conversation we had. If there isn't passion, if it's just for money, you're not going to do as nowhere near as good of a job. Here, a guy combines the best of both worlds. You have money, you have passion. Let's hope that he makes something great out of Complexity, because right now they're a little bit in the doldrums, but that's okay.
I think also FaZe Clan is reorganizing, right? Didn't they change CEOs or something?
They did something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought they basically were like, everyone's fired. Oh, they merged, and then I think now FaZe Banks is CEO. Oh yeah, here.
Yeah.
All FaZe staff are fired. FaZe Banks,
legendary CEO.
All FaZe staff are fired. I think it's, reorganizing now and having a finder back at the helm, but also you're like.
I like persona for the brand, kinda.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I think FaZe definitely had some growing pains and stuff. They had a lot of like.
Imagine,
it's from 20 like.
Imagine you find out being fired by this tweet. You're all fucking fired. Imagine you open up Twitter. Oh, I lost my job. My boss says we're fucking fired. GG.
Yeah. So
big things coming up for FaZe Clan, I'd imagine, but even bigger things for Complexity. A little bit low energy. I'll keep it 100 with you.
It's a Scuffed experience after all.
Yeah, the Scuffed experience. You can't expect much. We'll be back with more energy, more people, more content next week. I think the 8th of February. Can we just pull up this GIF real quick? I want to show the people.
There we go.
I just want to let. Oh no! It made us
great.
save it.
Great GIFs. Good job. It's an MP4.
Why is that an MP4? And it's just gonna make you download it. Yeah.
Why is it an MP4 here? I'll just
Guys, that's this. There's just one more thing I have to say. I got nothing to say. I think we'll wrap it up there. You got any closing thoughts? Anything else you want to cover?
I think we covered GameMason stuff. We're exciting. Coming back bigger and better, or maybe better. I don't know about bigger. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to confirm with Chris.
But I think, I think it was awesome. It was just, we had a good time.
Yeah, dude, it was 3 days of greatness and competition and good vibes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to complain for any of those, actually. Yeah. Well, on that note, thank you all for tuning into the Scuffed experience of the Esports Podcast. What was that, episode 18?
Yep.
We'll be back with episode 19 next week. Like I said, same time, same place, noon at Friday, the 8th.
Well,
ideally,
it's not same time because we're.
Oh
late.
yeah, we did
We're
start
an hour
a little
late,
bit early.
but
Oopsies. Say, if you're in Central Time,
close enough.
something like that. Noon Friday, the 8th. We'll see you there. We'll have some guests. We'll have some more esports news as always. Ideally, we'll have a little gamer activity. I know Aidan's been cooking, so we'll figure something else, something entertaining for you guys to watch. But yeah, on that note, you guys have yourself a happy Friday. Thank you for tuning into the Scuffed Experience. This has been Grayson Driver Wood and guest star producer Aidan Comi. And we'll catch you all next week. Peace.